Yo, this your boy Big Star.
DJ King 804.
And you watching CVA
360.
Get it, baby.
Word up.
This is CVA 360. I'm Garnett Bolden, and welcome to the show. Now this right here highlights events and happenings that go down in Central Virginia area. And right now we are standing on the historic Broad Street. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig into the archives. And of course, the pandemic had us on a hiatus, but we are back right now to bring you everything that is Central Virginia.
What you doing, Jake? Like, you can't keep your hands out them records. I know that.
You know what I'm doing, man.
Okay.
I'm looking for some good jazz, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, Jaws 2.
Oh yeah, he got some sounds on there.
Yeah, it's a lot of bass in this record.
So that's a good segue into what we were talking about earlier. You were telling me about this little producer conversation we were having. Would you say you were vibing to this morning?
You know, when I got up this morning to start moving around, well, for people like us, the first thing we do is hit the play button on something.
Certainly.
All right, so the first people I caught was Black Moon. I got to thinking about Evil D. As I got to moving around, this, that, and the other, I caught some DITC. That takes us to Lord Finesse,
Certainly.
Showbiz, Diamond D.
Oh yeah, no question.
Then I wound up on some Gangstar tunes, and that takes me to Premier.
Okay.
You know, so I was all over the place this morning. But it takes me back to, which is probably my favorite era of hip hop, and probably one of the most creative, which would be the late 80s and early 90s, which is where we were really, really sample heavy.
And jazz sample heavy at that.
Oh my God, the stuff on Diggable Planets records.
No question, no
Oh
question.
my God.
Some of the early Gangstar.
Yeah.
You know, Premier and Deep Concentration.
Oh.
And you know, you talked about Primo. You know, Primo and Pete Rock is a piece I'm working on right now. I'm comparing and contrasting.
Okay.
You know, they had different approaches to their pianos and horns and things like that, but it's heavy jazz influence.
Yeah. I truly think so, and that was just a wonderful era. I mean, you know, all of a sudden we went from drum machines to adding drum machines to Roy Ayers records to people actually sampling Patrice Rushen. You know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep did some wonderful things with one old album.
Yeah.
Of Patrice Rushen. All right. So we pulled out this Bob James record that I just found, which is actually has Take Me to the Mardi Gras.
Oh, classic.
Who, out of all of the records that it was used on, the most famous one would probably be
Peter Piper, Run DMC.
Okay, there you go.
No
That's the bells in that for y'all that don't know.
That's the bells.
All right.
Question.
And you know,
you met Bob, right?
Yeah, I got a story about Bob James, man. I met Bob James down at the Jazz Festival at Maymount Park. And you know, people got all kinds of stuff for him to sign and look at, and this, that, and the other. And when I finally got up in the line, I said, "Look, I came out of the kitchen. I have nothing for you to sign in this." I said, "I just got one question." He said, "What is that?" I said, "How do you feel about hip hop?" And the emotions that came over his face really lit up. He said, "Let me tell you something, young man." He said, "If it wasn't for hip hop, my career would have been over 30 years ago." I said, "Probably right after you did Taxi." He said, "Yeah, that would be it." He also did that. But he said he loves what the younger generations have done with his records and the appreciation that they show. He said, because I've never heard a garbage sample by anybody. He said, and the relationships that he's built with some of the artists that, you know, because he said, me and Nas hang out, you know what I'm saying? And that's huge.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. No question.
Yeah.
All right, now that's what I'm talking about right there. All right, so we want to take you to another video that you probably haven't seen before from back in the day. All right, Chris and Jay down the street.
CVA 360, and the first stop my man, I'm Chris Brooks.
Mark Lilly with Farm and Family.
Really, you got some beautiful stuff over here.
Thanks, man. So what we do is we source everything local, seasonal, organically grown if we possibly can, and we get it out to the community. This is just one of my mobile units I use, this old truck.
You got a straight Sanford in Sun truck with the old school Camaro rims, that Chevrolet all day.
My granddad bought this brand new. So
Really?
I'm just restoring it little by little.
Wow. Out of all the stuff that you farm, what's your favorite stuff to grow and you like to see the most when it pops up out the ground?
I like melons.
Melons?
Tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it was a pleasure to meet you, Mark.
All right, guys.
We'll support you more
Awesome,
and see
man.
you again soon.
Enjoy.
All right.
All right.
All right, with me right now, I have Colleen Presents. And now let me tell y'all a quick little story real quick. Like a couple months ago, I had the pleasure of giving her award at the Certified Hip Hop Magazine, which is crazy that now we're doing that and I'm giving her an interview. So I just wanted to ask you real quick, like, how did that feel, like receiving that award and getting that from your peers? Like,
it really was a good feeling because I've been doing this for multiple years, and for them to acknowledge me, you know, it was very a humble situation. And I definitely, you know, it was a good event. It was definitely a big shout out to my man Wendell.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes,
And the
that was a
recognition,
dope
I
event.
appreciate Richmond and Petersburg for recognizing me in that situation.
yes, indeed. All right, so for those who don't know, which you must be under a rock if you have not heard of Colleen anyway, just let them know just a little bit about how you got your start, and you know, how did you come into promotions and being as big as you are?
Well, I started at about 15 in my mom's backyard. I started free events pretty much in my mom's backyard, and at 15, then I went to a Kool Lane Center. I think approximately about 8. I was like 18 and started, and then that was a cover charge because of course it was a rental at that moment.
Yeah.
And from that point on, I mean, I've been doing events ever since I was 15. Then I went into the artists of bringing famous people here, probably around when I was about 20, 21. I started bringing them to Richmond.
All right. Yeah, we've been to a lot of those shows as far as what she's put on, so she's been able to do a lot of great events and you know, a lasting legacy for what she's done. So let's get to the subject at hand. 80s is the greatest, which I agree with because I was born in the 80s. Right. 80s is the greatest, and I heard the promo and the marketing going on the radio already on the way over here as well.
Right.
So let us know what's going on with 80s is the greatest, and what was your idea behind that?
Well, it was a young lady that's friends with me. I don't know if I can really say her name, but one day I was just brainstorming on what could I name it, and I always felt like our era of music was the best in the job,
Right.
the industry that we are in. I think that there's no music like the 80s. And the 90s was pretty good as well. And I said, why not bring this type of entertainment to Richmond? We're missing this. We see a lot of the 70s coming to Richmond, like your Commodores, your OJs, but nothing in our era of hip hop with your Rakim, your MC Light, stuff like that. So I decided to go with 80s was the greatest. I said 80s was always my thing. I think I graduated in 88 from Armstrong Kennedy. So I thought, why not put this as a package, you know? And that's what I decided to do. And from that point on, that's how I came up with 80s was the greatest.
Right.
The pandemic held me up for 2 years. That put me behind, but I started in 06. But 80s was the greatest.
Okay, so will this be like a theme event as far as people coming dressed in their best 80s, or will this be just like, you know, come as you are?
Well, I don't even put a theme on it, but they do.
Right.
They come in with the gold knocker earrings, the slouch socks,
Right.
you know, what is it? The
Airbrush.
t-shirts, stuff like that. So I think it brings back great memories. So that makes a lot of people, dressed into the 80s.
Okay, so what is the date and where exactly will this be held?
Saturday, June 4th on Browns Island, located downtown at 5th and Treacle Street, right at the end of 5th Street. You can't go wrong, right on the island.
Okay.
James River.
So make sure that y'all come out to 80s is the greatest. It's going down in June, correct?
June 4th.
June 4th. 80s is the greatest. 3 p.m. Make sure that y'all show up there, gates open. And make sure y'all come out and support my homegirl, man, Colleen, man, making it happen in
I
the
definitely
city.
appreciate it. We got food vendors. We also have alcohol, spirits, beer, everything, different merchandise vendors. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. It ain't strictly about just the artists. It's just great time with the DJs, line dancing, comedians.
Right.
So we definitely gonna have a great time.
And right now, I have the privilege of introducing you to, if you don't know, which this is the legend, the man. You already know him, Big Stack. Make sure y'all make some noise for this man right here. Give him a hand, round of applause, of course. Something that you did that was phenomenal that I love was the Only 804 event. Can you tell us some more about that and what it does?
All right, it's 804 only 804. This is the 804 only. My man Fofo, DJ King 804.
Fofo, the legend.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely, man. And I am the only 804 to the 804 only. So how it came about, I had this idea in my head for a while about doing a party, an event, and this comes from being on the road and going to places like Dallas, where in the clubs, 90% of the music you hear is from artists in that city.
Yeah.
And so I had an idea about doing that, but I couldn't find a DJ that understood the assignment. And I was just happened to be on, Fofo had hit me up and asked me to send him some music because he was doing 804 only live mix with all 804 artists. I said, Fo, that's dope. I said, man, I want to do an event like that. Okay. He was like, well, look, whenever you're ready, let me know. Let's get together and let's make it happen. So, what was it, December of last year? It was like, yo, Fo, it's time. So we started putting it together, and we had our first event in February. It was dope. We had the second one in March. It was dope. And we're setting up for the next one, May 29th. So artists, please send. It's not like any other Richmond showcase where you have a bunch of Richmond artists, but in between the DJ playing Jay-Z and Lil Boosie. No, we only play 804 music through the whole night. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's gonna be, man. So Fofo can explain more if you want to.
Fofo, give us a little bit more and let us know as far as your side and how you help out this stuff in it.
Oh, it basically started back. It goes way back with my affiliation with the rap and hip hop scene here, music scene. Period. I ain't you know what I'm saying, specifying one genre or whatever, but it happened since I was younger, man. You know what I'm saying? Brav, you know what I'm saying? A lot of local people here, man. We got a lot of big influences here that people don't know about and don't understand.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? It's like,
yes, sir.
I'm passionate about this, you know what I'm saying? People that know me know I'm real passionate about this. So I was like, I started DJing. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all know me MCing. I MC with a lot of DJs here. Drake, Lonnie, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So but then I started DJing. I say this music need to be heard. So I was like, man, ain't nobody gonna do it unless I start DJing. So I invested in myself.
Gotta build it yourself.
Make a long story short, boom. I hit style because I always knew I've been doing style. This ain't no fly by night joint with me and style. We got history, dog. You know what I'm saying? So
30 years.
So yeah, so I hit him up, hit some other artists up. You know what I'm saying? And boom, it just like took off. But I knew once we collab, it was like because it's like a big struggle, like when you're doing it by yourself and you the only passionate one. You know what I'm saying? So boom, when we hooked up, it was on.
Kindred spirits, you know what I mean, in the music, you know what I mean?
It was
he got the perfect word, passion.
Yeah.
We both passionate about the artists and the city. You know what I'm saying? And seeing the city grow and blow up because there's so much talent here, man. And it's just time for us to celebrate what I call superstars. I mean, I don't consider them local artists. They just independent artists, superstars in the city. Yeah. And they creating the sound just like my man right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Garnett got some of the dopest shit out, man. A lot of this music is better than the shit I hear on the radio. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So y'all please, if you're an artist, you want to get heard, you want to be seen, you can perform at the events, or you just can sit back and let people listen to your music. Either way. But send your music to DJ King 804. Shout out your email.
Email is 80FOE44@gmail. And look, dog, send the music. This is the type of DJ I am. I don't care nothing about if you ain't got no likes, none of that. No. Send me your music and we're gonna make it do what it do, dog. Yeah. For real. I mean, I'm being real. We ain't clowning nobody. Hey, R&B, I can get some rock, pop. I need it all, dog.
Yeah,
I need
it all, everything, man. Everybody representing. Because we had R&B artists there, rap artists, trap artists, gospel artists was in the event. Yo, man, it's not exclusive to anybody. It's everybody.
This is CVA 360. I'm Garnett Bolden.
I'm Jay Quan.
And man, look who just walked up on us while we were out here.
Three-way trade. Three-way entertainment.
Got the entertainment company.
Yes, sir.
Now, me, I know this guy. This is one of my guys right here.
Yes, sir.
It's personal. You know what I'm saying? But this man right here, we seen him come to the city and absolutely grind and put in a whole lot of work, man, and a lot of time and effort with artists. And main goal was to shine a light on artists and give them exposure. So please tell us what you got going on, man. And first of all, when you came to Richmond Fives, how you made the scene, you know what I mean?
Well, I started off originally in Richmond. Back in the day, I was a rap artist / singer, not on your level. And I left and I went to DC and I started seeing a few things. And when I came back, I found out that there was a lot of artists out here, man, that with talent, but no opportunity.
Yeah.
So when I originally started Three-Way, it was to give these guys a chance, give them a shot, give them some studio time, give them some shows, give them some, something to push for.
Yeah.
And I really have some good artists. Now, Blavo is a rapper / singer. You know Blavo.
Yeah.
He's been with me since the beginning. Three-Way has been here for 4 years.
Yeah.
I have pushed his project off. And finally it's coming, and it's pure fire. I'm sending DJ packs all across the country.
Right.
It drops on Juneteenth,
Yes.
and it's hard.
Okay.
It's really hard. So y'all go check that out.
For y'all don't know, man, yeah, much support to Blavo, man. He's a rapper who has singing melodies and harmonies in his music and stuff, real deep music and everything. Definitely has a future.
Yeah, and his music is not your typical rap. It's not about selling drugs and shooting you in the chest.
Right.
All of his music is his real life. He talks about being homeless. He talks about the struggle of coming from the bottom to the top to where he is, his work ethic.
Right.
And it's real good music. And he has a few love songs. So,
Okay.
What about your roster of artists? How many would you say you got right now on your label?
Well, I'm focused primarily on Street Life Burger, Chino All In. He'll be dropping in July.
Okay.
Lessons Over Losses, and Blavo. And that's an acronym, B.L.A.I.B.O, which means, if I can get it right, breathe life and inside value everything, I think. No, opportunity.
Whole
Value
acronym.
opportunity.
Wait.
It's a whole acronym.
Yeah.
His name is actually Blaine, but Blavo is a name he came up with that acronym. But
But
he's,
dude, Street Burger Life.
man.
I gotta hear his music because I want to hear what that
Street
sound
Life
like.
Burger. Street Life Burger. Yeah,
Street Life Burger.
That's what it sounds like. That's that trap. That's that
Oh, okay.
young boy. Now Chino, he got a story to tell. He actually has lived a struggle, and from the streets to the work grind, and he really has a story to tell, and he's very lyrical.
Okay.
So look forward to Lessons Over Losses in July.
We need youngins to get back to being lyrical.
Yes, sir.
And stuff
Yes,
like
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not trying to say. I mean, there's a lot of lyrical youngins out here, but it's
And it's
more
a lot
so
of
being
that.
now.
There's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot
There's
of
a lot of
mumble
that.
rap and
We need some balance to
Yeah,
it. So that's,
Yeah,
that's great.
and
There
I
you
think
go.
they need to stop dominating the waves with everything that's going on
Exactly.
now and put a mixture in. For
That's
sure.
right. Certainly.
Exactly.
So, as far as it goes, do you have any shows coming up? Anything on the way?
Three-Way Takeover Reunion, which I was going to reach out to you, is July 22nd at the All Around Bar and Grill.
Okay.
I'd really like
On
you to
Brook
be a
Road?
part of it on Brook Road.
On Brook Road, okay.
I'd really like you to be a part of that. And I'm trying to work out something else. Also, Blavo's performing in Virginia Beach May the 7th.
Okay.
That's a showcase 757 versus 804 with a $1,000 prize. So that's going to be pretty dope.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, May
We want that
7th
money.
in Virginia Beach, and yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Word, we appreciate you for
Man,
your
it's
time.
always a pleasure,
for
brother.
being here
Always a
with your
pleasure,
homie,
man.
Jay
It's
Quan.
And nice
brother.
seeing you, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I was always the hip hop junkie. I'm sorry, I grew up on it. That's what I wanted to play. And I had to fight sometimes to play it because I remember some folks saying, oh, we don't play that type of music around here. But I kind of felt like this is where it was coming. This was the wave. And you have to remember, once again, Virginia, we were right at the bottom end of the go-go era. You know, DC, Maryland, Virginia loves go-go, even though most folks don't know or really care to hear it. And you got half and half. But there was that one big thing that was going on up in the Bronx and Brooklyn that we felt that was coming out of Philly, that we felt, and then we made it our own. So it was, yeah, we gotta play this. I gotta get on to this. And I wanna thank people like Phil who recognize, hey, maybe these kids got something over here. And it allowed us to get into Club 99 and be able to push a sound that now seems like this is where it's all you ever hear. I mean, I don't want to take fault for it, but just saying, it was something that allowed everybody to get in.
Right now, I have the honor and pleasure of introducing you to three powerful entities that came together to form the Trio. And what we're talking about specifically is the Trio Restaurant, the bar and lounge. I wanted to introduce you to Mike, Colleen, and Chris, who came together to form this powerful union. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in the Trio, 3817 Hall Street. Yeah.
We're definitely a soul food restaurant. We're one of the most recommended soul food restaurants on the south side. And we came together as one. We all are promoters and we all do events together. So we thought it would be best that we came together, bring all our talent to the table and do a restaurant. So it's restaurant first and then lounge late night. We definitely believe in the nightlife, and we know at our age, people just want to lounge at this moment, no longer
no more
party,
clubbing.
no more clubbing.
Yeah.
Right, so we thought that it was best, have some good Southern soul food, some happy hour, nice drinks, and then go into our nightlife and go on.
Okay, so are y'all like open to like the after hours spot times, or y'all cut off at a certain time?
No, we cut off at a certain time.
At a certain time.
You know.
Okay, so y'all been able to be blessed to talk to a bunch of people in the industry, a bunch of legends, and as well have them to perform at your events. Could you tell us some people that you actually have to be at your events as well?
Yes, we have had Trouble Funk, we have had Junkyard, we had Nelly, the Queen of Southern Soul. We have VA's own, a few bands from Virginia as well.
Yes.
And we have a lot of mainstream artists coming to Trio.
Okay, so what I want to ask you now is, as far as the restaurant, how did that come to be that y'all came together to form that?
Well, let me answer that.
Yeah.
I don't want to give her too much time. I'm gonna be honest. Mike was his brainchild. He wanted to do something. Behind us, behind this camera, is the smoke lounge where we do smoking cigars and hookahs in there.
Okay.
But me and Mike are just front of the house people, promoters, and we know how to get people through the door. But we knew in order to be a sustained entity, we need to have something good in the back, in the kitchen. And so, we thought about who can we have in the kitchen that's going to really bring this dream to life.
Right.
So me and Mike both said, hey, Colleen can do it. She's doing the jackets on the burner. And so she brought her talents, her talents and her ideas. And we sit there and we came together with a good menu. We don't sell everything Jackie does and vice versa. We came with a good menu that the people on this side of town would cater to. The smothered pork chop is our biggest seller. Our seafood dishes, collard greens are another big seller, macaroni and cheese. So we knew she had that experience in the kitchen, and we knew she also knew to bring people out as well. So that combined with what me and Mike do is how we formed that whole thought process of Trio. Food, entity, the nightlife, cigar smoking with Mike's idea, and that just brings it all together.
Okay, so individually, I know that y'all have, we want to discuss a little later too, that y'all have events that's coming up as well, and I wanted you to mention it just real quick, we'll start from this side over, like what is your event that you have coming up, and we'll get into more detail of it later, but.
My event is called the Smoke and Vibe Festival. It'll be coming up in July.
Yeah.
It's a cigar and wine event. It's been going on for about 8 years. It's a dope event for grown folks. something very different.
Yeah. So, Colleen, what you got?
I got 80s was the greatest. This is the 6th annual, but I actually started back in 2006 on Browns Island. There's a variety of artists from back in the 80s. And it's June 4th on Browns Island, and the gates open at 3 p.m. This year. Featuring, got Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, of course, Trouble Funk. We got to bring the DC Go-Go. Got DJ Jazzy Jeff, also Rakim, the god of MC, and who else? Roxanne Shante, Sweet Tea, and probably be adding on more artists as we get closer to the event.
Okay. Yeah, I actually got to perform at an event with Roxanne Shante in New York, actually at SOB's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was up there, Rock Digger and all them and stuff, man. That was
Right.
actually, she's pretty dope, man. So, we gonna tell us a little bit what you got going on.
And I bring it home. You know, Colleen's in June, Mike's in July, so I'm the youngest one of the crew, so I get to go last. So my event, it really is about my 19th annual craft festival.
Wow.
I started out at Haight-Ash Lake 3 years ago. I moved to Browns Island. And
I was at one of those.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So you know, my event is centered around all you can eat crafts. But then we have other food vendors out there. Have music. I do mostly local acts, local mid-major acts that come out. I got 3 bands this year. Only can speak on 2 of them. One of them I can't release it until August 1st. Okay. So, and I got 4 DJs. You know, Sir RJ, DJ Drake. So we just try to do things a little different. Everybody's in their own lane. That's why I like it. Right. And the good thing about it, we're not too prideful to help each other, because Colleen will bounce ideas off me and Mike. Mike also always brings me into what he's thinking. Then I bounce stuff off them as well. So, and the fact that we do 3 different things, it allows us to really blossom in our own lane.
Wow. All right, I love that, man. Every event I have to attend, definitely come out and check y'all out, man. And especially with Trio Restaurant, I love how it looks in here, man. Especially the glass back there and stuff like that, the smoke spot and everything. So I would definitely have to come check y'all out. Questions every
When did you start music? What was your inspiration? What was your favorite? It's like, all right, you know what I mean? But sometimes you just have a few drinks, relax, and just talk.
And that's what I wanted to do. Go
yeah,
just a little.
That's what people want, though. That's what people want.
It's more personal, like
because it gets, now you know the person.
Right.
And a lot of times, that surface level shit don't explain the music, like getting to know, this person's point of view on life, relationships, kids. You know what I mean? All those type of things.
And let's think about that too. Like, say for instance, like Mary J. Blige, all that stuff like that. Like people who make music that actually influence people's feelings and stuff, they never get a chance to explain where that came from.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just pretty much like there's a dope. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of those.